Welcome to Pisces Tarot, and I am your host, Mimi Lightseer. Your business is my business. Today, we will dive into your business with a timeless relationship reading, which means it could be platonic, professional, or romantic. In this session, we will explore the overall energy of your reading, obtain cosmic insights to identify the topics, spill the tea on the energies involved, uncover the positives and the negatives while revealing the lessons that you need to learn, and suggest actions for healings and the best possible outcomes. Remember, this is a general reading, and you have found it when this message is needed. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember, I am LGBTQ plus friendly, using pronouns for storytelling purposes. Lastly, please like, rate, subscribe, and comment. Let me know how this message is connecting with you. And without further ado, let's get into your business. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Pisces Tarot, everybody. I am your host. I am Mimi Lightseer, and over here at Pisces Tarot, your business is my business. And oh, child, we about to get into somebody's business. Good morning to all of my guppies, my friends who are on the graveyard shift. Good evening to the international family. What's up to everybody watching behind the scenes this morning on TikTok? If you are new to the Pisces Tarot experience, go ahead and drop a star in the chat. If you are a returning friend, go ahead and put a fish in the chat. We want to recognize all of our new and our returning friends over here to the Pisces Tarot experience. Secondly, I want to say happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers who are out there who are celebrating, and those who are missing their moms or being appreciative of their grandmothers, aunts, you know, the women in their lives who really had an influence and mothered them and nurtured them. So I want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. As a mother, I will tell you, being a mother is not easy, okay? But today's agenda will consist of a brief energy cleanse, which is a brief meditation and sound bowl cleansing, followed by some divine insights. And as I said, I got a strange download earworm for y'all today. Then we'll get into the overall energy reading, which will do some collective insights and observations. And then we will go ahead and jump into the tarot card reading, confirming everything of what I told you. And then we will close this up with some final thoughts, all right? So if y'all ready to get into this reading, I want y'all to go ahead and find your toothbrushes, scrub brushes, cleaning utensils, whatever your favorite cleaning supply is, because it is time for us to go ahead and get ready to cleanse this energy and just put ourselves into a position of receiving. It doesn't matter, you know, what I say, what I do. If you're not willing to hear it or receive it, it's a moot point, all right? So I like the scrub brushes. What's your favorite cleaning utensil? I want you to go ahead and drop those in the chat. Because, baby, it's time for us to get into this reading. Here we go. Before we move forward, let's take a minute to level set and ground ourselves. And the simplest way of doing this is by cleansing our energy through both breath work and sound. We will do this by taking in a few deep breaths, hold it, and exhale very slowly. With each inhale, we want to be able to invite clarity and balance. And with each exhale, we want to release any tensions or distractions, okay? So we'll do this 3 times, all right? Here we go. All right, guys, and then we're going to clean up any remaining stagnant energy with sound with our girl Boo Boo here. Here we go. Divine Spirit, I call upon you and ask you for your guidance and your wisdom during this reading. Please surround me with your light and your love. Help me to receive clear and accurate messages. May this reading bring insight and clarity, most of all understanding, for the highest good of all those who are involved and for the harm of none. Amen, 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 amen. All right, y'all, listen, if y'all ready for some fun, safe, honest interaction, remember your engagement is appreciated. As a reminder, this is a safe space. Ain't nobody judging you, boo. We all been fooled in love before. Today may just be your turn. All right. If you're ready to get into an engaging and interactive time, I want to see your favorite food in emoji. Put your favorite food in emoji in the chat, because for some reason or other, I feel like spirit finna cook, and I promise you, I can't make sense of it, but hopefully it'll come to me as we talking about it, because child, when I tell you this is a bizarre, just earworm today. So I want to see those cooking emojis, because it's time for us to get into it. And here we go. Now, each day before I do a reading, I always take a minute to reflect upon the immediate energies of what spirit is showing me, whether it be through divine messages or earworms, okay? And today, as I stated, I have a very unique earworm. And for those of you who may be new and don't know what an earworm is when you're hearing a song playing in your head. And the song, usually I get like more of a song, not like a rap song, but today I got a rap song. And today this song is from the rapper Drake, and it came off of his fourth studio album in 2016, and the song is Views, okay? And now you will understand why I was a little bit thrown off when I heard this, because I'm like, what? So just to give a little bit of context, okay? Views samples a gospel song from the Winans family, which is where I hear the beginning of the song. And then the first thing that I'm hearing is, yeah, you feel the pressure, man. I know the pressure. That's what I keep hearing. And so it's like, question is, will I ever leave you? The answer is no, 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 no. Question is, will I ever leave you? The answer is no, 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 no. Yeah, you feel the pressure, man. I know the pressure. Like, that's the snippet that I keep hearing. And so I have no idea what this is about. I have no idea why this is happening the way that it is. But when I tell you I am hearing this, and I was sitting there thinking about it, because it's like, okay, what is it that somebody could be trying to get from this? Like, what is it that someone is saying? And so like when I was tapping in with spirit about it, right? Like, what is this about? Because this don't make sense to me. I was immediately picking up how people's perspectives change, people's views change, people's opinions, their feelings change, you know, and sometimes you got to go through life without someone in order to really appreciate and to respect the connection, right? Or to really get the value out of it. Nobody appreciates things in real time. We always appreciate it after the fact, right? So I'll give you this illustration. It's a simple one. Y'all remember during COVID, toilet paper was hard to come by. And so people were fighting over toilet paper at the Costco, at Kroger, at Sam, right? And so we all had an appreciation for toilet paper once we no longer had toilet paper easily accessible, okay? So it feels like there's somebody going through something where their views are changing, their perspectives are changing, like they feel the pressure of it, but they don't want to leave, like they're trying to be loyal. I don't know who's out there experiencing this, but if you're feeling the pressure of a relationship, if you're feeling the pressure of wanting to do better, wanting to make a different decision, wanting to change trajectory, wanting to do something different with your life, but you feel bound to having to be there because you feel the pressure of leaving this person, you feel the pressure of worrying about what somebody else gonna say or think, but feelings change, like views change, perspectives change, okay? So I don't know who exactly this is for. I really don't. But I'm ready to get into this. So if you're ready to get into it and be a little bit curious about it, go ahead and put those tea kettles in the chat, tea kettles in the chat, tea kettles in the chat. Because, honey, I want to know whose views are changing, whose perspective has changed, who feels the pressure. Like, that's what I keep hearing him say. That's what I keep hearing him say more than anything. Yeah, you feel the pressure, man. I know the pressure. Like, what? Like, what about pressure? Like, who's pressuring who? Like, what is happening here? I have no idea. But if you're ready to get into it, let's go ahead and put those tea kettles in the chat, tea kettles in the chat, tea kettles in the chat, because I want to know who's feeling the pressure. All right, here we go. All right, so when understanding energy, it's important to know that energy speaks to us in an abundant of ways. And sometimes it's through signs, synchronicities, wonders, numbers, coincidences, a plethora of different things, and how spirit may be able to catch your attention, okay? I just keep hearing Drake talking about feeling the pressure. Like, that's the first bar of the song. Like, I don't know what this is about. I really don't. I keep hearing that song. And I keep hearing that line, okay? I keep hearing the beginning, and I keep hearing that line. And what's wild is that's a spiritual song, but that's not a spiritual record that they sampled it on. So I'm a little bit shocked and surprised that they gave permission for him to use that song. But whatever, that's their business. Get your coins. I'm sure that check went a long way. Cha-ching, cha-ching. All right. The overall energy reading for today is Call of the Muse. Call of the Muse, okay? Now, when you look at the way she's walking, it looks like she's walking on a thin line, a thin rope, right? But she's doing some type of magical something to keep herself there, okay? But if you also look at the card very closely, there are like some angel wings there that are like holding her up. Her fingers are like doing one of these things so that you can get some type of like, it's like her fingers are tied to her prayers, her wishes, her aspirations, her faith. So it's like, if I'm not overlooking into this, because she's obviously a ballerina, but what I'm saying is she looks like she's walking a tightrope, but it also looks like her angels and spiritual team is holding her up with one hand, and then on this one it's like, I'm letting go of my fears. I'm letting go of my faith. I'm letting go of all of my dreams and my aspirations. Like, I'm just letting go. Okay. So it's like somebody else is beyond me. I need help. Someone else come lift me up because I'm losing it. And, you know, that kind of happens a lot, you know, especially if you are a spiritual person and you've been praying and hoping and wishing and meditating for things, trying to manifest a better quality of something in your life that is not happening. It can become very discouraging. It can be very discouraging. And so sometimes, you know, when you feel like your prayers and things are not being addressed in a properly time and your concerns are not being addressed, that can be very discouraging. And that could lead to somebody saying, you know what, I feel the pressure. I feel the pressure because I don't want to leave, but nothing's changing to make me want to stay either. You know? If you're feeling some pressure this morning, can you put the black heart in the chat? If you're feeling some pressure from a relationship right now, just put the black heart in the chat. All right. Grief. Okay. The truth that we need to hear for our journey is grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Y'all, did y'all hear me this morning when I talked about appreciation for things? If you heard me talking about that, I want you to put the ear in the chat, because I just talk about how we don't appreciate things in real time. Appreciation is more so retrospective. If you remember me talking about that, I want you just to drop the ear in the chat, because I just literally said that. I just literally said that. Grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Okay? It is beyond me Somebody else take the wheel. It's beyond me. I feel the pressure. I feel the pressure. What do you say? I feel the pressure. You feel the pressure, man. I feel the pressure. Yeah, you feel the pressure, man. I know the pressure. Yeah. Somebody is pressured right now. Somebody is definitely pressured right now. All right. What is going on, gods of the hidden realms? What messages do you have for us today? The mask we wear. The mask we wear. This is about self-expression, protection, and authentic self. Okay? So this is an interesting message because if your heart is not in something, but you feel compelled to reveal a version of yourself, aren't you wearing a mask? When someone wants you to be more than what you can be or give them more than what you can give, doesn't that create pressure? Doesn't it create pressure when people have expectations in their minds about what certain things look like and what they feel like? And then because they have an expectation of what your expectation is, they feel the pressure. Don't people run from relationships all the time because they get overwhelmed with the thought of being who they think that you want them to be instead of just being themselves? One thing that I will tell you strongly that I have learned to ask people, when people give me a description of something, I follow that up and ask them, what does that look like for you? Can you give me an example? And the reason being, excuse me, the reason being is because what they're describing may or may not match what they are expecting. So it's your interpretation of what someone is expecting and what their interpretation of what they're expecting that creates pressure. Okay. But it's definitely some type of pressure here where it's like, you know what? If I lose it, I lose it. If I win it, I win it. It's no big deal. I feel the pressure. Did I ever want to leave you? No, I did not want to leave you. Do I ever want to betray you? No, I did not. Did I ever want to move on? Absolutely not. You feel the pressure? I know that pressure, right? And for some people, you could be trying to make a major life decision about whether or not it's time for you to move on from this connection, whether or not it's time for you to pursue other things. You know, like you feel the pressure. You feel the pressure. All right, so I was trying to see what a dog was. Unfolding. Oh my God. Where's the little man at? Where's the little man at? Y'all, if Spirit ain't up here speaking this morning, somebody ain't getting it. And I'm telling you, this is really for you because it is coming through so loud and so clear.
Oh my God.
Unfolding according to your will. Change me, divine beloved, into one who lets you guide things according to your will. May the highest unfold in all ways. Didn't I tell y'all? This is the card. Okay, this is the card. But didn't I tell y'all when I looked at this card, I said the angel wings are there. And it looks like she's dropping something here because this is tied. Let me hold it up so y'all can see. You feel the pressure, man? I know the pressure. She's just like, whatever. If it's meant to be saved, I'm giving it to my spiritual team. I'm giving it to God. I'm giving it to whomever your spiritual forces are and what you believe. Take it from me. It is beyond me. I don't know. I no longer have the faith in it that I need to have to keep it alive. So I'm giving it to you. Okay. It saddens me because I feel like I'm trapped. But if I'm being honest with myself, I don't feel like I can be exactly what you want me to be. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know how to support you. I don't know how to serve you. I don't know how that to show up for you, which creates pressure and why people move on from relationships all the time. You feel the pressure? Man, I know the pressure. All right. What's a sign that this may be for someone in this reading today? Cowrie shells. If you're seeing a lot of cowrie shells, this is about abundance. Okay, cowrie shells. You may be putting them in your hair. You may be seeing them randomly places, but this is about abundance. All right. And knowing that what is for you will be for you. All right. But understanding that something in this situation is no longer serving you and it's time to let it go. It's not what you wanted to have happen, but it may be what's written in the stars for you to leave this alone. It's not for you. All right. Now, as we start to shift to more personal insights and shift our energies to the potential parties that are involved, please remember to focus on what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. All right. You will never go buy a brand new pair of big baby shoes and put them on your grown feet and say they mine. Okay. So don't do that. All right. Now, you feel the pressure, man. I feel the pressure. Divorce. Experiencing a breakup. Divorce. Somebody is experiencing a breakup. Okay. So if you're not married to somebody, it may feel like you're married to them because you've been with them for so long, but there is a divorce/breakup that is here. Okay. Which also points back to this grief that we have here and recognizing that you may have been wearing a mask. You haven't been true to yourself. Ooh, excuse me. It's a lot of things going on here this morning. Bravery, facing the unknown with bravery and trusting your steps. Okay. The message is loud and clear this morning from Spirit. The message is loud and clear this morning. Making a different step, giving up. You know, it takes courage to walk away from something that once meant so much to you. It takes so much courage. It takes bravery to say, I need to leave this situation alone. I need to find something else that's going to be aligned with who I am. It takes courage to do all of that. And so many people are involved and invested in situations for different reasons. Some people have to be there because they're codependent of the security, right? So many people are codependent of that relationship because they've been there for so long with this person. Like they don't want to leave that person alone. That creates pressure. It's all about expectations and comfortability and familiarity that creates pressure. Okay. All right. Give just fell out. One of the best feelings we can experience is giving to others. When we do so, we feel lifted up and our lives improve greatly because someone else's happiness. Think of one way you can give to another today. That's interesting. Because I talked about her being lifted up on that first card. When we do so, we feel lifted up and our lives improve greatly because of someone else's happiness. Interesting. You feel the pressure, man? I feel the pressure. If you feel like you're in a turning point in your relationship, can you go ahead and just put the black heart in the chat? If you feel like you're at a pivotal turning point in your relationship, just put a black heart in the chat. Spilling the beans, revealing secrets, cats out of the bag. Somebody is identified as being untrustworthy. Okay. This also points back to that last card that we pulled, that the mask we wear, self-expression, protection, and authentic self. Somebody's coming clean. Okay. Somebody is coming clean. The question is, will I ever leave you? The answer is no. But you know the pressure, man. I feel the pressure, or whatever he said. You know, it's about pressure. It's about pressure. Somebody is feeling big pressure right now. All right. Too many cards, Spirit. All right, here we go. What's the T? Obsessive lover, dangerous, toxic, unhealthy, possessiveness, karmic. Okay. Now, when we do have a lot of people who are toxic and they have dangerous habits, that can also put pressure, knowing that you want to leave because you feel smothered and you can't, because you may be living your life in fear about what this person may say or do to hurt you on the back end. What lies beneath all of this? Keeping a secret from you. Okay, somebody is definitely keeping a secret from you. I mean, withholding information can be pressure as well. All right, that could be very pressuring as well. Pressure. It's interesting because this morning I do have pressure like in my forehead right here. I have pressure, but it's also raining here and have been raining here and will continue to be raining here all the rest of this week. All right. Unfinished business, proposal, forgiveness, reconciliation. Somebody got unfinished business going on here in this connection too. Oh, this is a trip. What in the world is going on here? What is the true emotion here? Not goodbye. Y'all see this? Goodbye. Y'all, this is a trip. Moving on, letting go, loving you, free. Too late. Legal matters, divorce, property, criminal, paternity, child support, traffics, secret accounts, off and on, hot and cold, ghosted. Y'all see that? That's wild. All those cards was about to come out, but I saw this goodbye. What's blocking this connection from thriving? Feeling unloved. You deserve someone who can support you emotionally and love you fully. Okay, so there is a disconnect in this relationship. Absolutely, there is a disconnect in this relationship. Okay. So the question is there love in this relationship or not? Is this love in this relationship or not? You're incredibly alluring to me. So somebody is definitely attracted to this person. Romantically, they still have those warm and fuzzy feelings about you, but it's still something else going on here. Oh, child, what in the world's going on? Start dropping them zodiac signs in the chat. Drop those zodiac signs in the chat. Let's figure out whose business are we about to get into today. All right, person A. Person A feels unloved, okay? Person A may be at that point where they're just like, you know what? I got to do what's best for me. Something here doesn't feel right. I got to be brave. I got to face the truth. Go through this breakup. Do what I got to do, okay? Find myself, giving myself to other people during this time to focus on the things that really matter to me, even though I find this person attractive. This is what makes it hard. I want to be with them, but I can't quite be with them because they are not exactly who they say they are. Now, person B may be the obsessive lover. They could be dangerous, toxic, unhealthy, possessive, and karmic. They could feel like they have a lot of unfinished business in this connection, which is why they don't want you to walk away. So they may be doing things to get your attention, like asking you to marry them, asking for some type of forgiveness. They may have been keeping a secret from you, okay? They may finally come forward and spill the beans, but understand that may require you to walk away for good because maybe there's some type of truth that's there that they didn't know anything about. Okay, the other person didn't know about. Like, people put on masks in relationships all the time that create pressure because you are not being who you say you are. You don't feel the way you say you feel. Like, mean what you say and say what you feel. All right, if y'all ready to get into this, I need y'all to put those zodiac signs in the chat. Put those zodiac signs in the chat. Here we go. Whose business are we finna get into? Person A. Remember, the energy can be inverted. I do my readings for Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. So don't say what ain't for you if you don't know. All right, person A. Oh boy, here we go. Person A. Who y'all think business this is for real, for real? I want to know who y'all think business this is. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You are coming in as a 7 of Cups in reverse. This is about alignment, personal values, overwhelmed by choices, lack of purpose, fantasy, illusion, diversion, and confusion. Didn't I tell y'all that that's what this was about? Didn't I tell y'all what that's what this is about? Now, person B. What just happened? All right, person B. If you or your person is a water sign, go ahead and drop the water emojis in the chat. Water emojis, water, water. Person B. It's also a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Coming in as the 9 of Cups, all right? Wishes coming true, contentment, satisfaction, emotional stability, luxury, and gratitude. Now, just because I did not call your sign does not mean that I cannot be talking about you. That's why it's important to know what all your placements are, okay? If I didn't call out your sign specifically, continue to watch for entertainment. Something still may be here for you that may still have something to do with you, all right? If y'all ready to get into this reading, I need y'all to put up those magnifying glasses, magnifying glasses, magnifying glasses. Because the question is, who is feeling the pressure? Okay, who's feeling the pressure? We listen, we don't judge. We just zoom in, evaluate, reassess, and step on out. All right? If y'all ready to get into it, Put those magnifying glasses in the chat. Here we go. All right, so what is happening here with our Cancers, Scorpios, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising? All right, what is going on here? Person A is definitely torn. Person A is really confused, perplexed. They feel the pressure of feeling like they're giving up when they're not giving up. They're just moving on. It feels like this relationship has been stuck for quite some time. It hasn't been really improvement for quite some time. A lot of lip service has been given. A lot of patience has been rendered, only for things to just not continue to proceed and to develop and to go in a positive and healthy direction. And person A has been feeling the pressure of just feeling that sense of inadequacy for quite some time, and trying to get to that point where it's just like, I can't overlook these things. I can't pretend like I don't see it. I don't feel it, like I don't know it. I can no longer ignore it. All right. I can no longer ignore it. Like, I have to say something now, because continuing to move down this path is just continuing to build additional negative emotions and feelings, to harbor a lot of resentment, and to continue to further the discontentment that I have on the inside. Okay. So person A is very bothered right now. Very, very bothered. Okay. And they don't want to admit it. What is going on with person A? All right. We got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse for person A. Okay. Person A is at this point where they're just like, they feel like they're lost. Okay, they definitely feel like they're lost. They're frustrated. All right, very frustrated. I want to know how long it's been. How long has this been going on, Spirit? I can only shuffle 6 cards so many ways. So many ways. All right. Within 3 years, okay? So this has been a long-term relationship. All right, within 3 years, okay? You've been with this person. So this is a long-term relationship that has been creating this level of pressure. All right. So much so that within the last 3 years, you kind of like been on autopilot and just coasting. If you know that you feel stagnant in your relationship and it feels like things have just been on autopilot, things have just felt comfortable, familiarity, you're just going through the motions, like your life is so monotonous at this point because you're just going through it. Like you have your routines and you're just going through it. If you feel like you're just allowing your time to happen in your relationship, can you put the time, a clock, or like the little salt timer thing? Just put something in the clock in the chat that represents time. Because I feel like person A is very frustrated with how stuck things have been, which is also is what's creating that pressure. Where it's like, you know, I've been hoping and waiting for things to change. They haven't changed. I don't think they will change. I need to stop lying to this person and be honest with myself. I'm not happy. This is not the relationship that I've hoped for. This is not the dreams that I have for myself. And I want to go and do something different. Okay? So if you know that you're coming in as person A, I want you to put a clock, something that represents a clock in the chat. Person B. Person B is coming in living their best life. Okay. Person B is doing them. All right. Person B is doing them. They may have, and this is why I say they're living their best life, because their foundational energy came in as a 9 of cups upright with this 3 of cups. Okay. So things are going well for them. Okay. Person B is just kind of like, they're in their happy space. They're in their bag. Okay. Like they've been working on a lot of things. Things are coming together in fruition. Things are feeling really good to them. They're really going with the flow. Okay. I just picked up that whatever they've been focusing on has really strained the relationship, because the focus went from person A or their person to this significant other situation. And while that situation is working out to their benefit, it came at the detriment of this relationship. Okay. So like the relationship is suffering. And that's why person A didn't want to leave, because they were trying to prove to themselves and to everybody else that they were trying to be loyal, that they were being faithful, that they were being down with the cause, but really they weren't. And that's what's creating the pressure as well, because they've been wearing a mask pretending that they're comfortable and confident in a situation and in a space that they're not comfortable and confident in. They're feeling the pressure. If you're coming in as person B and you feel like everything is going well for you in your life and you feel like it's in your relationship, I want you just to put the happy face there. Put the happy face there. All right. What is favorable about the situation? Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay. So what is favorable about this connection is that both of you guys kind of like have lost your way. You both have kind of lost your desire, your ambition, your will. You've kind of gotten to the point where you have put a pause on this. Okay. It's not the focal point for either one of you. All right. And it's a little bit bizarre because, like I said a few moments ago, you guys have been going on autopilot. You are kind of like going through the motions of everything right now. It's like you feel like you have something to prove, but this is really like a self-proof. So you're trying to impress people who ain't really looking. Okay. You're trying to impress people that don't really care and it don't really matter. And what I'm saying to you is, because person A has been trying to be tolerant and diligent and doing all of this stuff, they've been going through the motions, but denying themselves their true feelings, their true thoughts, their true aspirations, their true heart of what it is that they really are truly feeling. And that's what's leaving person B in the dark. Okay. But person B is not innocent. Okay. Person B is not innocent at all, because what I'm picking up is A, they're not invested as much as they say they are. B, they got secrets that they keep it from you. And C, they have some unhealthy traits. So it definitely doesn't feel like they're innocent. but for some reason or another, there's a disconnect here where person A feels like they have the pressure of having to be somebody that they're not. Okay, their views are changing. If you know that you kind of like feel bored, stuck, and stagnant in your relationship, can you put a game and put a favorite game emoji in the chat? If you know you feel bored, stagnant, and stuck in your relationship, put a game in the chat. Like whatever game, dice, cards, whatever that represents a game for you, okay? Now, what's consequential or problematic about this? The 9 of Wands, okay? Being involved in this relationship has caused a lot of need to continue to persevere. As I said, it's a strain here, okay? You guys have been hyper focused on trying to survive, but what exactly are you trying to survive, okay? It feels like you guys have come together, but you're not together. Okay, so this is what's creating the pressure. Okay, this is what's creating the pressure, because it's like we're just trying to survive. We're just trying to get through this. We're just trying to make the best of what it is. I love you, you love me type of thing. But then it's like there's a disconnect here. Okay, and the question is, why is there a disconnect here? What is making it so insufferable is that person A wants to leave. Their views have changed. Their perspectives has changed. Their needs, their wants, their life has changed. But then you got person B, who they feel, person A, they feel, is going to be upset, going to feel abandoned and betrayed and all these things. But what I'm trying to tell you is person A, person B don't feel like that at all. They have not been focused on you because they've been self-serving themselves. They've been focused on getting their dreams together, getting their bag together. And you know how things start moving. When situations start improving. See, when you down, people stay with you when you're down. But then when things start looking up, people start feeling themselves, their ego, their pride, all that stuff starts stepping in. And guess what happens? They meet somebody else that surround them in that circle, in that light, in that atmosphere, in that ecosystem. And they start building relationships with other people and they start stepping out. Okay? And the things that really once mattered to them don't matter anymore because those things start to suffer. And that's what I feel like started to happen here. I feel like this person started taking their attention to focus on you as their spouse, as their partner, as their person, as their boo, whatever they are to you. And they started putting all their effort and energy into something else and left you hanging. And that's what's put this on autopilot. If you feel like your relationship has been on autopilot and that's created the pressure, I want you to put an airplane in the chat. Okay? Airplanes. Now, what is this trying to teach you? Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay? Right now, you feel like your mind isn't clear. Your heart isn't clear. And what Spirit is telling you is that things are very clear to you. Okay? Things are very clear to you. It's time for you to accept that things may have come to an end. It may be time for you to accept that things are not going to be progressive the way that you want them to. Like, you can try to be in a relationship all you want to, but at the end of the day, if there is not a relation with another person, you can't move forward. There is no ship.
Down.
So it may be time for you to cut your losses. And that's what person A is coming in saying, I feel the pressure, man. You know the pressure. Or you feel the pressure, man. I know the pressure. Something like that. Whatever he was saying, right? This is what's creating the pressure. You're bored. You feel stagnant. You're not willing to accept the loss. You feel unclear. And Spirit is telling you today that the answer is very clear. It's very straightforward. The reason why you're suffering and in such agony is because you have the answer. You just don't like the answer that you're being given. If you already know the answer in your heart, but you don't want to accept the answer, can you just raise your hand in the chat? If you know that you know the answer, but you don't want to accept the answer, just raise your hand in the chat. And I can understand, and I'm saying this with empathy. I absolutely 100% understand how people can get caught up in these situations and in these spaces where it's like, I know the truth. I don't want to accept the truth because I don't like the truth. I'm comfortable with suffering in my agony because that's what makes me feel good. And that's where you're wearing a mask. You know the truth, yet you're pretending to be something that you're not. You're pretending to feel a way that you ain't feeling. And then you wonder why you're in the space that you're in. What does Shakespeare say? To thine self be true. To thy own self be true. You got to be honest with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself. Now, what do you need to do to heal? The Hierophant. It's time for you to learn these lessons. Okay? Spirit is not doing anything to hurt you nor harm you or cause you any alarm. But Spirit is trying to show you, and this is major arcana. Okay, this is the first major arcana that we have here. It's time for you to learn, to have that insight, to have that wisdom, that skill set, that capability, that level of understanding of trusting, which goes back to unfolding according to your will. Trusting that this is going to work out for you. Taking that leap of faith, taking that step, walking away from something that you once loved and adored, not because it's what you necessarily want to do, but because it's the right thing to do. Excuse me. You got to know when it's time to cut your losses and walk away. Now, what is it that you need to do? Stop looking backwards. Okay? You guys are reflecting a lot about how things used to be, and remember, this has been a long time coming. It's been 3 years. So within the last 3 years, the relationship has suffered. You guys have been with this person longer than that. You possibly have been with this person since you were younger. I mean, obviously younger because we're talking about years ago, but I'm saying like you may have known this person when you were younger, may have been a friend, may have went to school with this person. Like there is a loyalty here, an obligation that is here. But it definitely feels like this is part of the reason where it's like, the question is, will I ever leave you? The answer is no, 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 no. You feel the pressure, man. I feel the pressure because you're being pushed and pulled to leave this person alone. But instead of you coming out and just parting your ways as if people don't grow apart, which they do, instead of you realizing and recognizing and accepting that you guys have fallen apart because you've grown apart, you keep holding on to that hope. And that's where you're getting disappointed. That's where you're getting hurt because you keep waiting for this person to show up again. And that person is long gone. The Two of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. This is where you're getting stuck. This is where and why you're getting stuck. Because you're not putting yourself first. And what Spirit is trying to get you to understand is that this person has been putting themselves first. That's why this relationship has suffered. Okay? I know it don't feel good. You want to be loyal. You want to be down to the end. We get it. I get it. Okay? Nobody wants to make somebody else feel like they've been abandoned or rejected or anything like that. But that's truthfully not what happened here. This person made their bed. Now it's time for them to lie in it. You checked out. You moved on. You started doing other things that served you, and you left me behind. You see what I'm saying? But this is what kind of like makes it manipulative and toxic, because the way that this person carries their energy, they flip it to make it seem like it's all you, but really they are not innocent. The onus is on them as well. Relationships are a shared responsibility. Okay? They are a shared responsibility. And if you're in one with somebody who puts all the onus on you, places all the ownership on you, that's not really a relationship. This person, and I hate to say this because person B definitely does feel like a man or masculine energy in a situation, but person B feels like the type of person who in their mind, remember we started talking in the beginning of this reading about expectations and how that creates pressure because of the misalignments of said expectations and false expectations, right? But it feels like person B in this instance, in their mind, thought that in order for them to be quote unquote ready, they had to have the perfect house, the perfect car, the perfect job. Then I'll circle back and pick up the relationship. Okay. But it was not true. They felt like you wouldn't accept them in their broken state, which was not true because you was with them in the broken state. And now that they've got their stuff together, they're seeing that there's other new options out there. They're seeing all new opportunities, all new people, all new other stuff. Like, so that like their views have changed. It ain't just you. Everybody's views have changed. Okay? Everybody's views have changed. Wow. Whew. If you can relate to this morning, I want you just to put a hug in the chat. Put a hug in the chat. Put the huggy emoji in the chat. Because I really want to send a hug to you right now because I feel the pressure. Like I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the discontentment. I'm feeling the sadness. I'm feeling the heaviness of it. I am feeling the burden of it because you really feel unloved, uncared for, unseen, unnurtured. All right. And it definitely does not feel good. All right. It definitely does not feel good. All right. All right. So what is happening here? Okay. Yeah. We got the Lovers here in reverse. You know, person A feels so left behind in all of this. They feel like they've invested so much only to be left behind and in the dirt. Okay. Person A feels like you have moved on without them. It looks good on paper. I don't know if this person does anything with like celebrity profiles, meaning they have like some type of exposure or some type of notice, but it feels like this person kind of has like a platform or a following of some sort. Like they have a craft that puts them in front of a lot of people all the time. I'm not going to say it's like music or something, but whatever their craft is that they've been working so hard on that has caused them to live their best life, okay, that they're celebrating, that they sacrificed their personal relationship with, has given way for this to create a lot of jealousy, a lot of stagnation, a lot of frustration, like a lot of separation from them and their person. All right. And it's really gotten to the point to where it's just like, you know, I don't feel loved anymore. I don't feel cared for anymore. It also has created the way for things to come across as being lopsided and empty. Which is also major arcana. Okay. So this change has changed the trajectory of both people's lives forever. And here it is with the 8 of Cups. The question is, will I ever leave you? The answer is no, 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 no. Okay. So even though you're unhappy, person A, in this connection, you're still refusing to walk away and leave it alone. And the question is, why? The question is, why? Let's dig deeper. Why is person A? Why can I shuffle first of all? Why is person A so unwilling to leave? Okay, we got the King of Swords in reverse. All right. That represents that dishonesty too. I have the Empress in reverse, infidelity. Oh, snap. Y'all, if the plot didn't just damn thicken. Oh my gosh. Person A, you feel like if you move out the way, you're giving space to somebody else to take your place. You know about this other person. You know about this other person. Their infidelity and their dishonesty is not a newsflash to you. You've been knowing this for quite some time. This is what's created the pressure, because you know that whatever, I remember I told you, it feels like this person has some type of following, some type of platform that they do with their craft. You kind of like know that the fleas come with the dog. Okay. And so you feel like the reason why you don't want to leave, despite this becoming stagnant, dull, monotonous, unfair, unkind, ungiving, whatever you've been feeling, how you feel unloved. The reason why you have not been willing to move on is because you know that this person is going to lie to you about it. They're not going to tell you the truth about their infidelities. You know about it, and you've been seeking out that information all this time. You've been knowing. Like, this ain't a secret to you. This is not a secret to you, folks. Okay, you've been knowing about this all the time. And with this Empress in reverse, I wouldn't be surprised if this person had a baby on you with somebody else, and that's the secret that they're keeping. And it could also be what is being revealed to you as well. Okay? And this don't feel like this is a baby, like a baby. It feels like this baby is maybe like a toddler baby. So like they've been keeping this secret for quite some time. Ooh, you feel the pressure, man. I feel the pressure. Oh, I know the pressure. We got the 8 of Swords in reverse. Okay? This is what's being revealed to you. This is what's being revealed to you. And it's coming to you in a way where you you are coming into the recollection of understanding that this is unsustainable, okay? You're walking around here pretending like you're not hurt, like you're not bothered. You know, that's that false mask. That's that person A, you're devastated. But that's what's making you feel empowered to really come forward now and to walk away, because you're tired of having your feelings hurt. You're tired of being embarrassed.
Embarrassing.
What does this person do? What does person B do that they have a following? Now, I want to ask the cards, how does person A find out about person B's lies? The Queen of Pentacles. Ooh. So whoever this person is, their third party person, they don't keep quiet. They tell everybody about it. They feel like people are always out to get them. This is why they, look, y'all, I am not lying. Didn't I tell y'all about a baby? Didn't I tell y'all about a baby? So whomever this person is, the person that they're dealing with on the side, they can't keep quiet. Okay? They want everybody to know that they are somebody in the picture. And the question is why? What does this person do that they have a following, that they want to mark their territory so much so that they want to block other people from messing with them? But what they don't know is that, baby, you the side chick. I've been here all this time. You just something to do on a rainy day. And when this person feels attacked, this is where they go on like these conversations, okay? This is where they go on like social media and be telling everybody. And now they're telling everybody that they're waiting for a baby to come, okay? So this person feels like, this person feels like they got more to offer than you, but they don't know nothing about you. Yeah, the Justice card. The truth is about to come out. Oh my God. Let me tell you, this just got real twisted. The Justice followed by the Tower in reverse. Baby, he's been trying to keep this as a secret. Person B has been trying to keep this as a secret for quite some time. They've been knowing that they've been moving weird. Child. That's what's going to really set you free, person A. You was feeling the pressure about coming forward and revealing and telling this person that you feel like, you know, you're not being loved and like you feel like you need to leave this relationship alone. But let me tell you something. They're about to come to you and tell you something that's going to blow your mind. And that's going to be the gateway for you to be able to walk away from this person finally.
How you doing?
All right, that's going to be it. That's it. That's it. Yep. Knight of Swords in reverse. They coming back, or not coming back, but they're gonna come to you acting like they so ready to do this right the first time and like coming with all the lies, all the shenanigans. And I feel like you're gonna be like, nah, I'm good, bro. I guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know.
You know, but really you wanted it out on your own anyway. You've been feeling very much so powerless, in denial, resistant. All of those things. Like you were having a plethora of negative emotions about this connection already. But when you look in the mirror, you know the truth. You've been feeling this way for quite some time. But you've been wanting, I'm not saying you've been playing yourself, but you have. Because you've been feeling like this for a long time. And instead of you going and following your intuition and accepting that things may have gone in a different direction, you keep trying to hold something to stay together that ain't meant to be together.
Hold up.
Okay? It wasn't meant to be together. And instead of you just accepting it, you had a stake in it, because whatever their craft is that they're winning and building, you had something to gain from this.
I'm just not ready for all of this. It's just...
So what I'm saying is, you were hoping that things would pass by, things would smooth out, the waters will cool, so that you can come back and things will go back to being the way that they were. But you just had no idea that it's never going to go back to the way that it used to be. And this is where you're going to have to take time to take a step back and to reflect and reassess what's important to you. And it feels like once you do that, you're going to realize that it's time to just walk away altogether. Why doesn't this person want to leave this person alone? We got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so you don't want to feel like you're not being a team player. You're not being loyal. Remember I said that earlier? Got the Seven of Pentacles here. Again, this baby card. Oh boy. Were you hoping to have children with this person? The King of Wands. Yeah, they kept promising you something. You've been holding out hope that things would change. Yep. The Fool card here. Being very naive about everything. And the Hangman. Yeah. Being very naive. You've been holding out hope on the dream that they sold you. In other words, they sold you a dream and you bought it. They sold you a dream and you bought it.
Makes me like sick to my stomach.
And the crazy part about all of this is that you really did sincerely, honestly, legitimately love this person. You held them down through their darkest times, their darkest moments. So for them to get on and things to get moving in a positive direction for them, and for them to just leave you behind and ghost you like this, I'm using the word ghost. I use the word ghost as an umbrella term for leaving you hanging. But just for them to just like walk out on you and go start entertaining somebody else is a true slap in the face. And this is where you're feeling the pressure, because it's like, I've been here all this time, patiently waiting for you to get your stuff together. And now that you got your stuff together, now you telling me it's not a space for me. Now you telling me somebody else done got into this space, that you got feelings for somebody else.
You know how I feel. Why would you say that? Like, you put me in such an uncomfortable situation. Like, you know I'm not happy. You know I'm trying to see if it'll work out here, and I know that it's not.
Oh. How dare them? It's the audacity. It's the audacity. So now I gotta ask questions. Does this person care for this third party? I just heard they got a balance of both worlds. This person does things that you do not do. Ten of Swords. They want to walk away from that other person. The Eight of Wands. But things happen way too fast. Yep, the Three of Cups, infidelity. They wanted to walk away from this other person. They weren't intending on being there for a long time. They was there for a short time, not a long time. Things progressed way too fast. And that's how you got into this third party situation. So do they really have feelings for them? I'm going to say no. Honestly, I feel like this was just something to do. We got the Eight of Swords. Okay. So they did this to themselves. They were blind that people be out to get them. Whatever this person does for a living, where they had this platform, they were not used to people coming after them in this way. I don't know if this person raps and does music, and maybe that's why I'm hearing Drake this morning. But they were blind to it. They weren't expecting it. And that's what created that internal conflict too. Because I feel like people were just giving to them. Yeah, they were being very naive. They were being very naive. They weren't expecting it. They did this to themselves. Okay, they did it to themselves. And they were being very naive about what comes with this, this territory, with this game, with this lifestyle. They was just thinking that they can just do what they're going to do. And it's not going to do anything of harm or have any type of consequences or anything on that. But the reality is, while they kept you waiting, they've compromised this relationship. And that's what's created all this pressure. Because it's just like, where did this come from? Why are you doing this? Why now? Okay, why now? They're in way too deep. Way too deep. Whew. How does person B feel about person A for real? The Six of Swords. They definitely coming back for you. They got the Strength card here. They never thought that you was going to leave. That's the problem. And the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. They thought you was never going to leave. They never thought that you would get to the point to where you like, you know what, I'm good, love, enjoy. They never thought that you was going to leave. They thought that they could just do what they was going to do, which is also what makes them toxic and unhealthy, right? Give that karmic feeling. Because in their mind, they thought that they could do whatever they was going to do and you was going to be cool with it. They thought whatever they had to offer was strong enough because they looked at the length of time and they said, oh, you ain't going nowhere. Oh, really?
Stupid.
Did you really think that? So now that you're willing to pump the brakes on everything, and now that you like, you know what, I'm cool. I've come to the conclusion. I've come to the awareness. I have the understanding now that you're not who you say you were. You ain't been doing what you said you've been doing. Your intentions ain't where you said they were. Now that you coming out and all the truth is coming out, now I'm seeing that you done had a whole lifestyle on the side that I know nothing about. You keep coming up with all these excuses, keep, breadcrumbing me, leaving me disillusioned. And now that I see you for who you are, and now that I'm coming forward and telling you that it's time for me to put me first and do me, now all of a sudden you got a problem with it. Now all of a sudden you just want me to come back. Like, what else can I give you?
I just want my baby.
Oh, child. This is messy. This is messy. This is where person A is like giving it up. This is where person A is just like, you know what? I just can't. I just can't. I feel like person A has sat here and has sacrificed so much where now it's just like, it's surreal. This was heartbreaking. Finding out this information is so upsetting to you, person A.
What the this cannot be.
Like you feel blindsided by it. But if we're being honest, you also kind of like somewhat knew that something wasn't right. Like it wasn't adding up. I don't think that this person expected for you to leave abruptly like you did. I feel like in the past, there has been a lot of conversations about like improvement iteratively over time. And now that you have made a split decision and you walked away from this connection, they're like kind of like crashing out.
Oh my God, my Shayla, my Shayla.
That's why they coming back with all this energy. Ooh, child. If y'all ready to figure out how this story ends, I want y'all to put the paper, pen, and notebook emojis in the chat. Because, I mean, like, I want to know. You've been out here sowing your royal oaks and doing your thing for the long time. Now that the truth is coming out, now that I'm no longer wearing this mask and pretending that I'm happy when I'm not, now all of a sudden you want to come back to you want your baby back.
2,000 years later.
Sir, don't play these games. You know.
What more do you want from me?
How about your faithfulness? How about your loyalty? How about your consideration? How about your consistency? How about your protection? How about your guidance? How about your nurturing? How about your love? How about your provision? How about your integrity? How about your dignity? How about, you know, it's so many different things that we can put here that are just missing. But you've been so patient. That's why you feel the pressure, person A, because you've been so patiently waiting for things to turn around, for things to evolve and unfold, only for this to be basically throwing a bomb on you. Person A, you stayed around way too long. Ooh, child, let's get into this. Here we go. One thing I could tell you, person A, you finally done woke up and you smelled the coffee, baby girl.
I'm telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
Yeah. Yeah. That's where we are. We are here now where the revelation has come about that they ain't real. They ain't who they said they were. They was pretending this whole time to be somebody that they not. And you've been feeling the pressure. You've been guided. You've been led. Your spirit has been telling you, showing you. But instead, you've just been collecting red flags. Just been collecting them. Like, there goes one. There goes one. There goes one. And you've been trying to make sense of it. But here's the thing. You knew all the time. Like, a woman's intuition is never wrong. We just don't want to believe it. Okay? We see it, we sense it, we feel it. We don't want to believe it because we think we just tripping. We think that we're over here projecting our insecurities on somebody else because we feel like we're being triggered by their behaviors. But you're being triggered as a part of wisdom, like that something isn't right here. And I know sometimes it's just difficult to believe it. But this person has been who they been this whole time. You just didn't see it because you was hoping that it wouldn't be true. Yep. Been very manipulative. It's been very manipulative, very deceitful. They couldn't afford for you to leave. If you recall in the beginning of this reading, I started talking about comfortability and familiarity and how things be on autopilot and you just going through the motions. Yep. The King of Pentacles in reverse. They knew this was never going nowhere. They knew that this was going to be over. They knew this. But instead, they wanted to suck you dry and have you holding on to false hope. They was using you this whole time. But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You got that moment of clarity. You got that aha. You finally woke up and realized that this ain't going nowhere. And that's where you're just like, you know what? I'm going to put it all out there. If it's meant to be, it will be. If it's meant for me, it will come back to me. Like, you've surrendered. You've let this go. You're tired of playing these games. You're tired of being embarrassed and humiliated. You're looking at this person real sideways right now.
Clown.
You're looking at them real sideways right now. Crystal clear. You crystal clear. Like, crystal clear. You so turned off. The things that they used to do to turn you on don't even work no more. They definitely had something to gain from this connection. But it feels like their gain was only like monetary. Their gain was only like to help them be self-sufficient. It was a codependency. Whatever passion project that they went full throttle on, that's where they were essentially using you. You held them down at their lowest points only for this Mickey Ficky to turn around and pull this old bullshit on you. Get where they trying to be. And then they want to leave you hanging.
Ass hat.
They had no desire here for anything of long-term connection. Not at all. Not one desire. Not one iota. They never intended for this to be anything. But they had you holding on for false hope. That's what made this toxic. And here's the thing. Here's the real gag. The people who they're in their circles with now, the people who they go towards, the people that they fool with now, they know nothing about you. You are the secret. You are the side chick to them. So when you show up at events with this person and you introduce yourself as this person's girl, they're so confused. Like, what is this? And the crazy part is why they over here looking at you weird. You over here looking at them weird. Like, I'm the girlfriend. Who are you? And then the conversation go, well, I'm his baby mother. Who are you? Baby mother, excuse me? We got a 2-year-old together. A 2-year-old?
What?
Oh, this feel like this about to blow up. And this don't feel like this about to blow up in private either. This feel like this is about to blow up in public in front of a whole bunch of people. I am so serious. This feels like this is about to go left real quick. There's a confrontation. My Lord. Oh my God. Where?
Oh man, not again.
The King of Cups. The 5 of Pentacles in reverse. The 7 of Swords in reverse. Listen, let me tell you something. This person is going to be forced to make a decision, person A, and I don't feel like they're going to choose you. I feel like they're going to put themselves first because of the fact that they know that they are not in a position to be faithful, honest, and loyal to anybody. They put themselves in a very compromising situation. And the fact that their lies and their deceit and their betrayal has been exposed and revealed, that's going to be very shocking. But it's the truth, and that's who they are. Accept it. You got to believe it. That's who they are. And while this is shocking and this is very astonishing, and while this is one of those things that will definitely take you to a place that will make you feel very, very frustrated, the reality is this is the best thing that could have ever happened for you, because now this is what frees you. Remember, I told y'all, once that truth comes out, that's going to be the gateway for you to finally get it off your chest and say, you know what, I've been feeling this way all along. And that's where they're going to be blindsided. And it's going to be like, that ain't true.
Accusation. False accusation.
They ain't going to believe it. They're not going to believe it. They're not going to want to believe it because they didn't believe that it was possible that you could feel this way, do these things. You know, they didn't think that it was possible. You know, like sometimes people feel like they're so entitled to forever with you, but they haven't done anything to this to deserve forever. So it's like when you talk about something, I thought we was going to be together forever. Who said that?
Forever, forever, ever, forever, ever.
No, you didn't think that. You couldn't have thought that. You couldn't have thought that. Person A, you still think this person is sexy. You still think this person has a lot to offer. Like, you're still very much so attracted to them. But at this point, it's like, been there, done that. Been there, done that. And it's crazy. It is insane. Because it's like, what else can you give this person? You've given them everything that you could possibly give them, only for them in return to give you the bottom of their feet to kiss.
What the fuck was that?
This is very disappointing and very discouraging. This is very hurtful as well, because you stuck it out with this person, wanting things to change, hoping, still being open, still, trying, but not as much, but trying. Only to find out that this person got a whole nother lifestyle. You knew things have changed, but to find out they have a whole different life outside of you is insane. They're not going to choose you, and you know that. You know that. And I'm glad that you're aware that they're going to stand on business and walk away. Because whatever they've experienced on this other side of life, they perceive that to be so much greater than what you're offering. They're not, and for real, if I were you, I wouldn't even want them. Like, I understand that you looking like I wasted 5 years of my life with this person, but the reality is they're not even who you think they are. They have changed. They have changed. They're not even the person you thought they were. And if I be honest with you, I don't think they ever was the person that you thought they were.
All a bunch of bullshit.
What changed, Spirit? The Eight of Cups in reverse. Initially, you felt like you couldn't walk away. You felt bound. You felt trapped. You felt stuck. You was being on the defense about everything. Needing protection. Feeling like a fish out of water with it. Trying to prevent the inevitable from happening with that Tower card in reverse. Now you just feel like it is what it is. Yep, the Five of Cups. You've been disappointed. You've been hurt. You've been waiting for them to return. Waiting for things to get better. Only to be met with their lies. With the Seven of Swords in reverse. Only for their secrets to be exposed. They really did a number on you. Yep, they really did a number on you. Only to find out that their heart is not what they say it is. This person probably has been telling you for quite some time how much they love you. And then every time they say that out loud, they probably looking at themselves like they crazy because they know it's not true.
But what the hell, boy?
Like, I feel like this person says a lot of things that are false, which also creates this dangerous, toxic, unhealthy situation. They've been blowing smoke this whole time. And now that it's time for them to either go or get off the pot, you're not getting the response from them that you were thinking that you were going to get because their actions and their words was never lining up. Ooh-wee. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I don't think that you understand how much of a bullet you have dodged. You've been waiting on forever with this person. And it ain't gonna come. And you might as well tell them right now where they stand. Say, I'm gonna stop you right there because I'm not giving you permission to come.
Do not come.
I don't need you and I don't need it that bad. This person feels like they got real disrespectful. Real sloppy, real messy, like real all over the place. They feel like they was trying to teach you a lesson. They feel like they could showboat and do all the things that they want to do in front of you, in front of your face, trying to get you to react and respond. There is not one.
It's all right, mama.
This is where that dark side of the water signs start to surface. That flip side of them. That side don't nobody want to meet. Okay? Now, what are some true thoughts that person B has towards person A? What is the true thought that person B has towards person A? It is necessary for us to maintain our distance. It is necessary for us to maintain our distance. So what is it that you want from me?
Anything else?
Like, seriously, what else do you want from me? I've given you the best years of my life so far, and you just sit up here and abuse it and do what you do with it and just betray my trust like that? Crazy? How does person A really feel about person B? Y'all, this person gotta do music. This person gotta do music. You express your thoughts through music. Okay? They may not have thought you was listening to what they were saying, but you was listening to what they were saying. Their message was very loud and clear. They gotta do music. Or do something with music. I'm telling y'all, this person has a platform. They have a following. People know who they are. They got a little bit of buzz. They might be even a producer of some sort, but they do something with music. What is some shadow work? They could play the drums as well. What is some shadow work? What is some shadow work that person A can be working on during this time? Illusion. Seeking reality, even if it's raw and challenging. This is about you overcoming mirages, fantasies, and deception. That's everything we talked about. That's everything we talked about this morning. Person B. Shadow work. Isolation. In solitude, discover your true self and connect deeper. This is about you overcoming loneliness, solitude, and alienation. And if this person does do anything in the music business, the one thing that people talk about a lot in the music business that people are not prepared for is how lonely it is. Even though you're insulated around a bunch of people, it is very lonely in the music industry because you very rarely find people that you can trust. And people play games for the longest. People will ride it out. People will, Diddy's trial stars today. We're going to see people starting to flip. People that you thought was your boy. Then all of a sudden it's like,
Bombacat!
People ain't who you think they are. They not on the type of time that they say they own. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. This is craziness. Romeo and Juliet, what words of advice do you have for Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio? Y'all, why Confessions of Love is at the bottom of the deck? Say, I love you. Didn't I tell you this person might tell you that they love you, but they don't mean it? Masquerade Ball came out. All right? Masquerade Ball came out. A night of passion, embracing a whole new identity. Somebody is wearing a mask here. And I'm telling you, you was wearing a mask, but they were also wearing a mask too. And that's how they're getting exposed. They done got caught up in one night of passion, and now they somebody else's daddy. Can't make it up. Go, girls, seek happiness, seek happy nights to happy days. Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance. Didn't I tell you that people are not who they say they are? This person is about to start dancing to a tune that they ain't recognizing. They about to get into some stuff that they have no idea that's coming. And where they're going to need that loyalty and need that ride or die, need that anchor, they going to realize they betrayed the one person that was true to them. My Lord. Spirit, what is the hidden truth? What is the hidden truth? Whew. You feel the pressure, man? I know the pressure. With you, I have found love that defies logic, a connection that is unbreakable. Remember, I kept telling you, they keep telling you that they love you, but they don't mean it. They're regretting that they betrayed this. Once things start falling apart and the cookie starts crumbling, that's when they finally gonna come to the conclusion that they aware that they messed up. They got unfinished business. That's when they gonna come to the conclusion that they done betrayed the one person. They done sacrificed the one thing that was steady and sincere. And when they trying to come back with this proposal, asking for forgiveness and reconciliation and all that other stuff, you ain't gonna try to hear it, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You're gonna be sitting there looking at them like they stupid.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
And you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong for any of this. How you be over here cheating on me and having babies on me and sleeping with the community and being community chest, and then you think that I'm supposed to want to be with you? Like, who does that? Who wants that? When can we expect for all of this to blow up? By next winter. I'm going to venture to say within the next 14 months, but definitely by next winter, things going to start unraveling. So you may be in that space right now where you're indecisive about moving forward and leaving this person alone. But I do feel like you're coming into the conclusion of their awareness. And if it is 14 months from now, next winter, that would explain why there's a 2-year-old. So somebody's currently pregnant now. Yep. Lord have mercy on me. Hoo-wee. How y'all feeling out there? Does this bring you some type of clarity? Does this align with what you were expecting and feeling? Like, how are you feeling out there? Let me know down in the comment section below how this is making you feel. Because I can only imagine how I would be so upset and so hurt for being in this predicament. Like, I would just be done for. Okay? I would just be done for. I mean, like, I feel crushed for you. I feel crushed for you. I want to thank you so much for tuning into the Pisces Tarot Experience. If you've enjoyed this reading, please don't forget to subscribe and become a part of my growing community on YouTube. You can find me at any point in time on YouTube at Mimi Lightseer, and keep an eye out for even more engaging content coming your way. Remember, this reading is here for you whenever you need a little bit of guidance, or you just want to come back and replay it and revisit whatever was said. It's here. All right. I love to hear from you. So drop a comment in the section below and let me know what resonated with you. And if you enjoyed today's session, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, because we need those thumbs up. Okay. A huge thank you to everybody who joined the conversation today, and a warm welcome to all of my new subscribers. Thank you to all the people who've gifted me not only your time, your talent, but your treasure. I appreciate those gifts. They go a long way. Okay. They go a long way. If you're looking to do a personal reading with me, you can book at PiscesTarot.com. Don't hesitate to reach out. My books are open. Spaces are limited. So make sure that you secure your reading at the time that you see available. Also, it's important for you to know that I would never reach out to you to do any readings. There are fake phonies and frauds out there that are impersonating me using my name, image, and likeness. And I just want you to be reminded that that is not me. Okay. Now, the most important thing I could tell you all day today is that everybody is fighting a battle that you cannot see. So be kind, patient, and gentle with others as much as yourself. How people treat you is not your business, but how you respond is. Leave a little bit of love everywhere you go today, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Keep your head up.